Snipers, you have to see what's happening in the Bitcoin price this Saturday as we have to prepare for an extremely volatile move this week as the S&P 500, despite all of its roadblocks with Facebook stock and Amazon stock down 20% this week, we had an extremely bullish close for our Friday candle. Check this out, Snipers, on the charts. The S&P 500's weekly candle came back towards its 20-week moving average. This was extremely unexpected, and we had a bullish weekly candle close. You can see up 2.4% for the day on Friday. This means that coming into this weekend for Bitcoin, we have bullish bias, despite what many may say about what happened to Facebook and Amazon. What we're seeing right now in the markets is pure resilience. Check this out, Snipers. Smart money loading up. The NASDAQ insider buying is now at its highest level since 2011. If the insiders are buying, does that mean smart money and institutions are expecting a move very soon? Maybe a change in narrative from the Feds raising interest rates. This is all going to drive the next move for Bitcoin. Sniper, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm if you support these updates. So this is what we need to expect for this weekend update. You can see Bitcoin back at its 20-week moving average. That's extremely positive. And guess what, Snipers? Is there a potential Bitcoin could see even further upside this weekend? Well, the Bitcoin to SPY chart says yes. And I say that because the Bitcoin to SPY chart, you can see on the daily, is maintaining price action above this major resistance level, which is now support. So it is currently breaking out, which means Bitcoin against the SPY right now is showing strength. This descending triangle so far has been invalidated, which means we could expect anything on the table for Bitcoin this weekend and into next week, because we are seeing a potential reversal in this trend. You can see we're above the monthly and weekly open right now for the Bitcoin against SPY pairing, meaning that Bitcoin at any point can decouple away from the S&P 500. You can see Ethereum giving us a leading indicator of this, showing extreme amounts of strength. The Ethereum to Bitcoin chart at 78,000 Satoshis, causing the Ethereum to US dollar pairing right now to head towards this major resistance at 1760. That is the first major upside target right now in the immediate short term for Ethereum. And for Bitcoin, here's the positive news. The immediate short-term upside target is 24,300 right now for above 19,800. You can see how much confluence is inside of this area here. We have the best technical analysis on the internet. You can see the monthly and weekly open right in between are extremely important levels here, where we have the previous weekly open at 19,200. We have the 2018 previous all-time high at 19,800. And then we have the weekly and monthly open. This is the most important level for Bitcoin, and it is a support level, which means that because we are above this support level, we're above the $20,000 level, testing the 20-week moving average right here at 21,000 US dollars. If we start to see hourly and 4-hour candles above 21,000 US dollars, that could be a straight shot to 24,300, Snipers. This is very positive coming into this weekend with what we saw with the S&P 500. And what's interesting about this is the DXY was up today for the Friday close, but the S&P 500 said, I don't care. I'm going to still show some upside. The indices showing strength, especially after what we saw with the two big tech stocks coming down 20%, is an extremely positive sign. And that's why we're seeing insider buying in the NASDAQ at levels that we've never seen before. And so, Snipers, prepare for an extremely volatile move, 21,000 US dollars. That 20-week moving average is extremely important for Bitcoin right now, because if we get above 21,000 US dollars, guess what? Every YouTuber, every news outlet is going to start saying Bitcoin potentially in the early phases of a major run, a major trend reversal. Why? Because getting above that 20-week moving average at 21,000 US dollars puts us in a bullish trend. We call that home base on the Snipers channel. Anytime you're above that 20-week moving average, which is currently at 21,000 US dollars, you are in a bullish trend. And so that's extremely positive, Snipers. 21,000 is the immediate short-term resistance for Bitcoin. Hourly and 4-hour candles above this level opens up this range here to 24,300. And as we talked about before, that is about a 15% move to the upside for Bitcoin. And so that's going to be an extremely important sign to watch here. Getting above that 20-week moving average is what we're looking for coming into this close. The NASDAQ was up 3.13% for this close. We could certainly say that we're seeing bullish candle symmetry here on the weekly chart for the S&P 500 and Bitcoin. Now, what is the worst case scenario? Well, the worst case scenario is that we don't see anything coming into this weekend, but that means Bitcoin doesn't dump as well. And the reason I say that is if Bitcoin were to just do what the S&P 500 has done, it's already at that position. It's already coming back to its 20-week moving average. So worst case scenario is we have a cup of coffee here at 20,800, 21,000. It's not a coincidence. It's a weekly candle high here. It's 21,085. And so it's certainly facing some resistance here at the 20-week moving average, but that's exactly what you'd typically see as garden variety market behavior. But when you're having a cup of coffee at a major resistance, the likelihood of that resistance breaking, the likelihood of that door opening becomes extremely high having a cup of coffee, because when you do reach a final destination, you reach that destination, you immediately turn right back around. You don't have a cup of coffee there. So if this was the final destination, we wouldn't be sitting at 20,800 right now. So that tells us we do have some bullishness coming in to this weekend, snipers. This is extremely positive. And we could even draw out some other lines here to signify what we're seeing right now with Bitcoin. You can clearly see we are breaking out of this trend. You can see previous resistance is now holding as support. So we are in the phases of a breakout, and our immediate short-term upside target is 24,300. We're not going to talk about anything above that, but just know if we open up this door at 24,300, guess what happens? The door opens up to 35,000. So we're not going to get there just yet, but I just want you to realize what's above that $24,300 level, sniper. So an extremely positive close to the week, something that was extremely unexpected to say the least. I mean, we had an extremely interesting Thursday with Amazon down 20% and the S&P 500 coming down over 2%, with Amazon dragging down the major indices. And then Friday, out of nowhere, we see this extremely bullish close. And so if you're not up to date with what's happening in the markets, just know that despite what we saw with the major tech stocks this week, we are coming into a bullish weekend. It's not a bearish weekend based on how we closed the weekly candle for the S&P 500, exactly what we want to see if we want to assume some upside targets for Bitcoin. So I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, snipers, about this Friday close. Do you think this is a real trend reversal, or is this just another bull trap, a bear market relief rally? Let's see. We're starting to see some headlines shift towards the favor of the storyline changing here, with the Feds potentially sooner than later starting to ease away from their tightening. Let's see what happens, snipers. Thank you all for tuning in to this Saturday 6 a.m. update. I appreciate each and every one of you tuned into the Snipers channel. And until next time, snipers out.